Alright, so the project at hand is I'm going to try to insert some metal into this box because it's really rusted, so I can't really put anything into it right now. And I don't really want to take it out because it's probably going to fall apart worse. So I'll take some of this metal and hopefully with some tools be able to make something that looks halfway decent. All right, so box is 11 by 5. We want at least an inch up on each end, so that would be 13. All right, we'll start with 13 by 7. So I can make that work. Definitely doesn't have to be perfect. So glad it doesn't have to be perfect because that's definitely not perfect. All right, so let's see. Bring a pen, of course. So just have to mark it this way. So if we do, it's 15 and a half. So let's call center 7 and a half. So we'll do 5 and a half, put this right there. Okay. And 11. All right. So, what do I want to bend this on? All right. So, put that mark there. So this. All right, so we want an inch. Yeah, let's say an inch up. That's going to sit down like that. So then we got about another 2 inches. All right, so that piece needs to come up at an angle. So let's see if I do that. It's definitely not uniform at all. Okay. Now let's see if I can. Something like that should work. So it's going to sit in there something like that. Alright, let's do a test fit. See how bad I've screwed up already. Not off to a great start. I'm too wide. I think I can fix that. Alright. If I get this thing down in there, I don't think I'm going to get it back out. But we're going to try. Alright, not sure if y'all can see better from that angle. It's not going where I want it to. It's not bad right there. but it could come down more. Well, so I've got a bit of a gap right there that I'm trying to work out. Hopefully y'all can see that. But it's slowly taking shape. So how can I push that forwards? Fold over the sharp edges. All right, hopefully y'all can still see. It's definitely not perfect, but I'm going more for function than perfection. So I'll call that good for now. One of these days I'll take the hood off and get down in there and do this stuff the right way, but right now, it's not that day. So got some extra pins, or what do you call these things? Pin latches, or I don't exactly know what the technical term is. But definitely need those. Throw a pin in there. Oh, right here. I was gonna say I'm off to a good start because I already lost one. All right. Probably not a bad idea to have a Ziploc bag in there too, really. Might want to store something that's best not left in the rain or to get wet. All right, cool. Toolbox, semi-good. Next up is to get a wire brush and see how many of these grease fittings I can actually clean off and get to take grease. I wonder if a grinder, I might just try a wire brush at first. Also notice that this thing here is not sealing at all anymore. So I need to do something about that. The oil looks a little milky, so probably has some water down in there. I got a lot to do to this thing. It's my makeshift battery strap for now. The wiring on this is definitely leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, yesterday the plug wires are just laid right up on top of the manifold here, which, well, I guess that's the intake, so that's not the, no, that's the, yeah, that's the manifold there. So probably not ideal. That is wild how that is. So you got the carburetor. And it sucks it up there. And you got the exhaust right above it, so I guess maybe it's like that to help warm the air going in. I honestly don't know. It seems weird. And I'm not sure what this is. Is that just an oil pump? I ordered the shop manual for this thing, which hopefully will show up in a few days because I have lots to learn. Apparently this here is related to this pin here, which is a draft control. So whatever your implement is back here, you can set your height there. With the draft control on, this will set down, and then based on the amount of resistance pushing against this, which somehow I guess is a piston or something in there, that when this starts getting pushed on, it actually will raise the implement a bit to match the resistance that you have set by your height. Sounds really cool, and for 1950s technology, that sounds pretty awesome. So definitely eager to try that out once I get everything set up and working. Sorry, I'm sweating like crazy because it's hot and just standing in the sun a second ago. So, all right. Let's see, probably keep wires. Screwdriver is not going to fit. All right. Next up, I want to figure out why does this move so much? So it's got a bolt there. I don't know, I'm getting sidetracked. I need to go back to the grease fitting thing, but this does bother me. Just seems crazy to me. Alright, I'll be back once I get wire brush and grease gun. So, as I was looking for my wire brush, I was like, wait a minute, this isn't 1950. Let's use some modern technology. So I got my drill with a wire brush on this. Ought to be a lot less labor involved this way. So let's see what it does. Oh yeah, clean that up pretty good. Yeah, that's a lot easier than hitting it by hand forever. Sad part is this thing probably hasn't been greased in a long time, which is kind of sad. I don't know why you would paint over grease fittings. That's the dumbest thing in the world. But it's becoming really obvious that whoever had this, or the person that had this before me, really didn't care about it. I'm not gonna be able to do anything with the paint, about the paint that's in the hole. Hopefully that's not that big of a problem. It's probably gonna be a bit before I find all the grease fittings too. Trying to clean the paint off the tag on the motor to see if I can find out exactly what year this thing is. From what I could make out yesterday, it looks like it's an 8N5, which the 5 puts it in like the year 52 category. So it might be a 1952. Which is fine, I just don't know enough about it to know if the parts are different from, you know, like let's say 1950 to 1952. Because I want to do plugs and wires and, you know, all that good stuff. So I have a lot more research to do with that still. So yeah. Lots to learn about a 1950s old Ford tractor. Pretty cool. I'm pretty happy so far with it. So don't know if it's hit back here or not. One. There. There. Can't break that. Not thinking of that too last time. Right here. Alright, so a few on the front, a couple on the back. Let's see what happens when I try to pump some grease into it. Well, surprisingly, it's going right in. That seal's all busted and blown out. So that's not great. Ugh. Look at the stuff that just came out. That is so nasty. It looks like it's got a bunch of water in it too. Oh, let's get all that nasty shit out of there. Kind of wish it was coming out of the bottom, but it's not. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Well, that's a grease. A bunch of nasty shit in there too. Seems to be the theme. Nasty stuff everywhere. Yeah, there's no rubber left on that at all. Absolutely nothing. It's pretty bad when it starts pumping water out first. Probably not what you want to see. Keep in mind the grease I'm pumping in there is red. I'll have to come back with a towel or a rag and clean all that off. Okay. I think I'm about out of grease. Last little section. Got half a pump and I ran out. So I'm using multi-vehicle high temperature red grease. Probably it doesn't have to be high temperature for this application, but it's what I have, so that's what I'll use. Good God. This grease gun is probably older than I am. I think it was my grandfather's. It's actually got plastic around it. Look, it's already like 10% empty. It's kind of nasty looking. remember there being something about this. I think I lose to help prime it or something. One of these days I can always fancy battery powered. These guns. Okay, come on here. Alright, I'll lose a bit. Let's see if it'll last. I got grease now. All right. We'll call that successful. Now let's wipe this nasty shit out. Somehow. It looks like just pure mud. I mean, it's not, it's grease, but it looks awful. I'm gonna either burn this rag or bury it. I'm not sure which yet. Look, it started pushing out a little thing, a little hole. You can tell that this thing has not, doesn't even know what to do with fresh grease. It's like, here, take it back. I don't want it. Trust me, you'll learn to love it. And I'm getting ready to make a huge mess. Who'd have thought holding a camera with one hand and nasty ass grease rag in the other wouldn't go well. Oh. Yeah, that was awesome. Y'all can stare at the sky for a second. Ew. It's like baby shit, but worse because it doesn't come off. All right. All right, let me go wash my hands and I'll be back. Alright, well, if y'all made it all the way to the end, you deserve a little show. So we're going to burn this rag full of that old nasty grease. Because it should never have gotten that bad, and we're just going to eliminate history. Hopefully this rag burns. Be some shit if it was like fire retardant. better for it. Still a little warm, but not bad. All right, it's a little hot. I'll leave y'all with a dirty joke I heard today. What do you call it when a vegetarian has diarrhea? Tossed salad. It's pretty bad, but it's funny. Alright, go get into something else for now and catch up with y'all later.